Hey folks, LoricElf here. Part 3 of 3 on the live auction pickups that I drove 2 hours to find in the rain. Found the Intellivision box games, and I think these are all complete. I'm not gonna go through them all. Feels complete. Oh, I guess they open up in the front, huh? I forgot about that. Guess I can go through them. Space Armada with a little card things in there, whatever those are. Quite a few of them. And actually, there's one in the box of Intellivision games that I think fell out of here. I need to put back in. Las Vegas, Poker and Blackjack. Those are probably bad games to have in the box, but oh well. The missing cart. Beauty and the Beast with some tower or something. That's weird. Cartridge looks good. Yeah, I'll stop opening each one up if it doesn't open from the front. There's some cool stuff I want to get to here. Burger Time, which I guess doesn't open from the front either. Star Strike. Cubert. And Intellivision Owner's Manual. One that I thought looked cool. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I just lost the manual for, but that's kind of cool. What would a game like that would play like? I can only imagine. But I hope to try that sometime soon. And bowling. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 box, for the most part, complete games for the Intellivision that I didn't show you with the loose games. So, like I said, that Intellivision lot, that was $10. So that's a good price for price to game ratio, I guess. I guess a serial number of television, maybe the one I have, I don't know. Alright, so down to box full of empty boxes. One that I thought I did pretty good on once I dug through them. Like I said, there was one box full, like it looked pretty full of manuals, and I knew it had a lot of good ones in there, but I already bought a lot of things. That was after I bought this, you know, $100 box full of empty boxes. But you know, anyways, can't buy everything at the auction. And it also kind of sucked because it looked like the manual box was just like thrown in there, like they just had them tossed in there. Like almost all the manuals were gonna be roughed up to some extent. So this box full of empty boxes, getting down to this finally here. It did have some just loose CDs in here. Blackfire for the Saturn. I don't own a Saturn. I didn't own a Master System or an Intellivision or a 2600 here until this auction either, though. Tekken, PlayStation. Star Wars Masters, PlayStation. I don't even think PlayStation 2, just PlayStation. Sega Saturn Bugs video game sampler. There were 2 of those. Sega Saturn Bootleg 2. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of a official Sega demo thing or something. Panzer Dragoon demo thing. Killer Cut, some Killer Instinct demo, I guess. And you know, this is the crappy stuff, but it gets better quick. Here's something I thought was really cool. Romance of the Four Kingdoms. I mean, I love this game. I played it back in the day. I have the tall cardboard box of it. I didn't even realize they had this one too. So no CD though. So you know, most of these really are just boxes. But I thought this was kind of cool. Ogre Battle, you know, case has a manual. You know, I thought this is probably a rare game, but it might not be too rare. Tactics Ogre, and this has the manual in it too. Has some cracking in the front, but you can always swap those out. So, you know, I thought those were, you know, pretty good games. Those were, I think, kind of hidden in there as well. Vandal Hearts has the manual. Wild Arms, manual there too. I think at least one of those games had like one of the back CDs in it or something, but you know, most of these are just nothing in them but possibly the manual. Tobal #1, no manual. Some more junk here. Here's a Spyro, not for sale. That's weird. Oh, that's a demo disc or what? Spyro. I think it would tell you on the front if it's a demo or not, you know? Spyro the Dragon, not for sale. So I don't know. Maybe it's a full game. Eco the Dolphin for Sega CD, which I need to separate. Had a Command and Conquer PlayStation front and back, but I don't think this one can fit the manual, so the manual's outside of it. Prince of Persia, loose game just sitting in there. Sewer Shark, Sega CD manual, which go with the crap load of Sega CD manuals already got. Here's some stupid music CD. Ugly Kid Joe single. It says made in Australia in the back. But keep it together just for now. I don't have a separate collection of any CDs really. All my boxed CDs with cases are pretty much in a different location. But yeah, there's a Red Alert Dreamcast here. Jet Grind Radio, Veronica, Resident Evil Code Veronica or whatever, Tomb Raider. Here's another Ogre Battle. Oh, that one has the case as well. I thought it didn't for some reason. Another Dreamcast game. F355 Challenge. And I don't know the prices of any of these really either, so if anything's kind of rare, let me know. PlayStation Andra has like a foily looking front. This is one that has a CD in here. Oh, this is a Working Designs game. Man, my favorite. You know, I don't know if that might be a normal game disc. I'm really not sure. Kind of weird. And Final Fantasy Anthology. No manual. And Final Fantasy Anthology. And this one has a manual. And it has a music disc in the back. So already with, you know, if these Final Fantasy games and Ogre Battles are worth $10 a piece, that's already half, you know, the money I spent on the whole thing. And I was hoping they would be. I mean, I'm more familiar with Super Nintendo Final Fantasy prices, but I know I've heard good things about the PlayStation ones. So there's the Dreamcast stuff. Put that over my Sega CD stuff. Still a lot of stuff in my box of boxes. And I won't waste too much time on these. Atomic Runner, Genesis, case only. Star Trek, The Next Generation, case and manual. James Bond 007, The Duel, has a manual. Samurai Showdown, the manual. So that's cool, you know. It's easier to get loose Genesis games than just boxes, I think. Here's a hardball, just the box. So that'll be complete if I can get the manual. Here's a Sword of Vermilion. Helios. They both have the manual, they both look good. There's a Sega Saturn Panzer Dragoon manual. There's a House of the Dead box, nothing's in it, it doesn't feel like. Probably not even the manual. Manual. But yeah, this usually had a price of $99. That's crazy, man. Open it up just for kicks here. Does have some kind of manual. Colossal waste of time, sorry. I like how they do their boxes though. Alright. So N64 soccer game. N64 World Tour. Kind of dinged up a bit. Make a barricade here so they can lean against something. Alright. Turok. Which I'm not paying too much attention to these, if these have the manual or not. I don't think that one does. Deadly Arts, that one feels heavy. It surely has a manual in it. For some reason they kept part of the shrink wrap on that sweet wrestling game. WWF Warzone. And that feels like it has a manual. 1080. Snowboarding something or another. Gex 64 with the manual in there. Yeah, I was glad to see this. Mystical Ninja, one of my favorite guys, with the manual. And now we have, well, I got a couple more Nintendo 64 here. Scooby-Doo, no manual. Star Wars, possibly a manual. Sure, all the $1 wrestling games have manuals. What else we got? Found Ultraman over here for the Super NES with the manual. Try to put them back in. Yeah, it's a lot better. Sorry about that. And there's Ultraman for the Super NES. Claymates. Which, if there's a name for that stupid turn it and have it change, let me know, because I can't remember what that thing's called for the life of me. What's this? Some Intellivision cards. Glad I had all these together to show you guys at once, because it made it easy to throw those where they belong. This is kind of cool. I used to own this sealed, and I actually owned it for years after it came out. Ocarina of Time sealed, the collectors, but I sold it on eBay. Needed some money back in the day. That's when I got rid of some of my old Final Fantasy 2s and 3s as well. But here's a box collector's edition, which unfortunately doesn't look like it has a manual. The manual's probably in the big box of manuals they sold. Here's a Super NES, whatever. Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, that's another N64, huh? Okay. So was that. So I'm finally done with the N64 ones, except for a couple loose ones, I guess. ATV Off-Road Fury, no game. Gran Turismo 3, no game. Both have the manuals and crap. Alright, now it's starting to get pretty interesting. Here's another Gran Turismo 3. Alright, let me scoot this a little closer. Now, this is what I thought was really cool, but I think I probably, did okay, but I don't know if these are really great sought after games. Shining Force 3 with the manual, of course, or otherwise you couldn't see the front. Shining Force 3, Dragon Force, some of these have the foam insert or whatever too. Not that that's something sought after. Some racing game. Care less about. Yeah, like I said, I don't own a Saturn, but gotta start on some Saturn boxes. Some hockey game. What the hell is this called? Gun Griffin. Some mechish game. NHL 97. Clockwork Knight, which looks dumb to me. Madden NFL 97. NBA Jam. Extreme NBA Jam. I gotta get a Saturn now after hearing that. Bug 2. This box is getting close to being empty. Kind of surprised. Not taking too long, I guess. Fighting Vipers. Still all Saturn games here. Chen War. This one feels kind of heavy. Oh, it's got the foam in there, no wonder. Mansion of the Hidden Souls. Ah, they brought that beauty to Saturn as well as the Sega CD. Must be an excellent game. NFL Quarterback Club. So, some sports games in there. 5 of them or so. Burning Rangers. Ah. The mystery is solved. Here's Resident Evil for the Saturn. Same picture that I had that promo little Resident Evil guidebook of. So, that's for the Saturn game. But, maybe some other system games too. What's cool is these cases, I think they're the same as the Sega CD. So I can trash the sports ones and use the, the fronts, which, I have a very large shortage of the front cases of these. They crack easy and this and that, and have a lot of complete games that would be totally complete if they just had the fronts. So that's why I kind of like picking up some of these. So probably about 15 good ones out of the 18 games, 20 games probably. Might be off a little bit there. Here's a Dreamcast game, Dead or Alive 2, I should say, case. Also, there's what? Record of Lodos War. Never heard of that one. Put those over there. Alright. Almost to what I'm excited about. Here's more PlayStation though. Crash Bandicoot 2. Shadow Madness, which looks kind of RPG-ish. Has a manual. Tomb Raider Revolution. X-Men Mutant Academy. Rage Racer, kind of a cool foil front there. Weird. Tecmo's Deception. That's kind of interesting. And a 2-disc Colony Wars. No manual in that one, unfortunately. Alright, here's next to last PlayStation game. Broken up case. Mission Impossible. Getting buried over here. Here's a Lunar Silver Star story. complete. And this was a nice one. It actually had, I think, everything except for the map. So, you know, it has the booklet. Ooh, it might not have the manual. Yeah, it doesn't have the manual inside either, so sorry. But, you know, Lunar Silver Star story complete. Find some loose CDs and be in business. Or as is, you know, I see people selling just the parts of their games sometimes. Kind of makes me mad that, you know, they're going to sell 8 different parts just because they can sell them separately and probably make a little more. But yeah, you know, $100 for all this stuff that is probably kind of worthless since it doesn't have the games with it. But if you spend time moving crap around, you can make something of it. Make it worth your time. Here's a Zelda manual and map there, so that can go. Thought I had a case. Okay, actually, yeah. Last of the stuff to show you is probably going to be where it's at. Shining the Holy Ark and a Bomberman manual. Here's a Bomberman 64 box, South Park box. And here's my favorite stuff, guys. This is what I've been waiting to show you. Some Super NES boxes. Indiana Jones, Greatest Adventure. Let me move this out of my way. Now this is what I was really excited to see. After I won it, I looked at the bottom and I saw some Super NES boxes, and it's like, yeah, I think I did okay. Especially since I own a lot of these games loose. Let me try to get them so they're in somewhat of an order here. Here's a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which surely has the manual as heavy as it is. Final Fantasy 2, which at least has a manual, maybe a map, I don't know. Final Fantasy 2 again, which probably just the box. Final Fantasy 2 again, which I think is at least a manual because of the weight. And Final Fantasy 3, which seems to have everything in there. Well, at least the manual, I should say. Final Fantasy 3 as well. I suck at opening these, so I'm not even going to try without being careful later. And Lord of the Rings, probably box only. Lufia, Rise of the Sinistrals. Lufia, Rise of the Sinistrals again. I think these had the manual. Yeah, this one definitely does. The other one weighed more than just an empty box, so it did too. And the last one did bent up a little bit, but Chrono Trigger, which I'm pretty sure has the goodies inside. This one will open up. Yeah, this one has 2 maps of some sort. What are these? So this is like a poster. Jeez. And a map on the back, I guess. And this one is just another little map selection. And then I had the nice manual there. Not sure how nice it is, but that was everything, guys. But I think I did great on the box lot. Like, I mean, some of these are worn, but 3 Final Fantasy 2 boxes, 2 Final Fantasy 3s, a couple Lufia 2s, just a lot of RPGs, and you can't really go wrong with those in my mind. They hold their value pretty good, and really excited that the Super NES stuff was hidden at the bottom. I thought I was getting a crap load of Saturn cases and some Shining Force Saturn games boxes, which I thought would be good because the Shining Force series, but that wasn't anything compared to what was underneath with all these RPGs from the Super NES era. So if I can reach over here and find my mouse to stop this video, I'll do that. Part 3 of 3 on my live auction pickup. I think I spent like $5.40, and I found out I had to pay tax there too, which kind of sucked. But if all this crap was in front of me, I'd say that was 6 months worth of collecting pretty heavily. Especially all these boxes, I would have had to spend at least a couple $100 for just the Super NES boxes alone on any kind of market available to the online community. So that the fact that I own some of these games loose and everything. I don't know if I own Lufia 2 or not, but all the other ones I do, except for like Indiana Jones. I don't think I own that one yet. But yeah, hey, thanks for watching. Hope you like some of this stuff. I'm looking for Genesis games, box Genesis games, so I'm probably going to be willing to trade some duplicates of these things. So if you happen to make it this deep into the video, hit me up. Just do some value per value trades. Your multiple Genesis complete games, if I'm lucky, and whatever their value is, and something nice like a Final Fantasy 2 complete with a box and manual. But that's ideally that'd be my goal, to turn this into something that I'm currently actively collecting a little more. But I think I'm gonna keep at least some of the RPG boxes. I'm gonna order some of these box protectors so I can feel comfortable with some of these cardboard that I don't usually like messing with. That, and as I said, for Genesis cardboard, I'm planning on collecting that, even though, like I mentioned, I'm kind of against the Nintendo boxes. I started that for a while, Super NES boxes, and got out of it just because it was too much worrying about the corners. For me, I want to be somewhat particular, and just too much to keep a good box collection without getting way expensive. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoy my live auction craziness that I went through. Tons of crap. A couple new systems for me. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention this. I bought this dongle thingy, whatever, but I think it's gonna allow me to record, like maybe gameplay videos, stuff like that. So I'm pumped up about that. Pretty much I can run the cord across the room and plug it in the back of here, and have my controller extender on here, and just pretty much play some of these systems on my computer, and maybe have a camera on me too, and do some reviews or some props to some of these old school games that I like that haven't been able to play in a while, some in years. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, keep gaming. Later.